In this video, we are going to explain in easy steps how to perform a pole tuning in a permanent magnet synchronous motor. Pole tuning is the most important procedure in order to properly control a permanent magnet synchronous motor. In other words, if the pole tuning is not properly performed, the motor will never be controlled. Before starting pole tuning, it is convenient to make sure that the inverter receives the signals coming from the controller and the encoder. First, move the inverter from remote to local mode to make sure it doesn't react when receiving commands from the controller. To do so, press the Help button for a few seconds. From the main menu, press the PRG button to access the inverter's menu. Go to Menu 3, Inverter Info, by pressing the down arrow. Access the menu by pressing the Set button. Go to Menu 2, I/O Check, by pressing the down arrow. Access the menu by pressing the Set button. On the first screen of Menu 2, the signals coming from the controller are shown. Try to move the lift, for example in Inspection, to make sure the EN, Enable, the Run command, forward or reverse, and the speeds are received. If the inverter is commanded by communications instead of terminals, for example by CAN open or Modbus, then the Run command and speeds will be shown in page 2. DI link. On page 5, incremental and absolute signals coming from the encoder are shown. Open the brake manually and make sure the value on theta E and theta M changes. When the motor pulley turns in the clockwise direction, the number will decrease. When it turns in the anti-clockwise direction, the number will increase. If no signals are coming from the controller or from the encoder, double-check the wiring connections. As soon as signals coming from the encoder and controller are properly checked, go to the main menu by pressing the Reset button and put the inverter back to remote. Now the pole tuning procedure can start. Access the menu by pressing the PRG button. Go to Menu 2, Function Code, by pressing the down arrow. Access the menu by pressing the Set button. Go to Menu 2, Data Check, by pressing the down arrow. Access the menu by pressing the Set button. Go to Parameter L Lift by pressing the down arrow. Access the Parameters group by pressing the Set button. Go to Parameter LO3 by pressing the down arrow. Access the parameter by pressing the Set button. Set the parameter LO3 to 4 by pressing the up arrow. To validate the value, press the button Set. The screen shows the message Start by Run command. Start the pole tuning process, for example by pressing the up button in the lift maintenance box. Remember to keep the up button pressed until the process has ended. The lift must be in maintenance mode. You will recognize that pole tuning is being performed because the contactors will automatically close and the motor will make a whirring sound. Pole tuning is static and therefore brake will not open. The keypad will inform you when the pole tuning process is finished with the message Close by Run command off. You can stop pressing the up button. The pole tuning result is shown in the parameter LO4. Please write down this value for the future. Move the lift a few millimeters. Make sure the lift is moving by checking theta E in the I/O check menu shown before. Repeat the pole tuning process by setting LO3 to 4 like explained before. Start pole tuning process by the up button in lift maintenance box. Keep in mind that the lift must be in maintenance mode. Check the value on LO4 and compare it with the previous value obtained. If the difference is plus or minus 20 degrees, pole tuning is correct. Move the lift up and down and check if motor behavior and sound are correct. If the difference between first LO4 and second LO4 is bigger than 20 degrees, swap motor phases and repeat the pole tuning process. Motor phases can be swapped via software by changing the setting on parameter H190. To move faster through parameters, we can jump from one family of parameters to another one. To do so, keep left arrow pressed and press down arrow to jump. You will see that parameters jump from L to LO1, then to LO2, then to LO3, until reaching H1. H190 parameter is changed by pressing the up or down arrow and the stop button at the same time. The value is validated by pressing the set button. If an ER7 appears during pole tuning process, check the alarm information by pressing the set button. The alarm information menu gives some hints about the cause of the alarm. If additional information is needed, note the subcode alarm and contact the Fuji Electric Technical Department or a sales representative. Normally ER7 will appear if the run command or the enable signal are cut during the pole tuning process. For additional information, please visit the site fujielectric-europe.com and download our manuals. That's all. Thank you very much for watching us. Domo arigato.